all sorts of athletes. Football, basketball.
Yeah, you see here, that's where they can get this in fact.
You name it. I got one of my guys being drafted. He got drafted in the NFL this year. From here, San Antonio. Jason Morrow, he's a tight end from Texas Tech. We just bring a little bit more different concept, everything under one roof when it comes to training a fighter or an athlete, which is, I mean, most places, they have the skill training and they have the strength and agility, speed, agility, strength conditioning. But we want to bring the nutrition behind it for the fighter. We want to bring the sports psychology behind it for the fighter, which is huge. I mean, you've watched boxers and fighters and athletes perform and be on fire, 1 month or 1 week, 2 weeks later, the fighter's not on fire. Right. Something affected his subconscious, and what we try to do is we try to teach them how to turn that light switch on and off. I was a fighter myself, a cage fighter. So we just try to teach them through sports psychology how to turn that on and off. Let that stuff go, whatever it might be.
So you're actually involved with the fighters as well?
Yeah. I do more of the just the nutrition behind it and some of the
strength and
conditioning, some of the sports psychology and stuff behind it. So,
I'm a big believer in that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm a big believer in what he does and how he talks about that part of implementing that part in training. I think it's critical, and one of the reasons why I like fighters working with him so much because the way he his program.
Yeah, it's a critical piece. It's a critical piece, and that's really one piece that we really don't find in many programs for fighters or any athlete is a sports psychology behind it. And only in the past 5-6 years maybe that's really come out that the sports psychology makes such a huge difference in that fighter or athlete, and if they're not able to turn that light switch on and off, they walk in with a negative mind, and if it's a negative mind, it's going to be a negative outcome.
Sure.
So we try to keep them positive, throughout their training, and you can see it. You can see them turn that switch on. The eye of the tiger, we call it. It's there. It's right there. Everybody has it. Everybody has a mindset. I mean, everybody has a mental stopping point. You have one, I have one. All the athletes have one, and you'll work out or do something, training, and you get to a point where I can't do another push-up. I can't do another run. Yeah, you can. Push yourself through it. Your mind will tell you to stop before your body needs to stop. And then we try to we find that mental stopping point in all our athletes, and we push them through it because they have it in them. They can find it.
And that helps out in the boxers for sure.
Oh,
yes. When they're tired.
They get in those later rounds, and they're like, man, I'm done. I can't. They're in the corner going, shaking their head. I'm like, I ain't done.
Have you had that before, Angel?
Yes. They have. Everybody does. We're human, but we want to make inhumans. We want to make beasts, and that's what we do here is make beasts. We don't want, there's one thing like with Angel is he has the heart and the passion. That's one thing neither one of us can teach him, or any athlete. If we can find an athlete like Angel, AJ, or any of those guys, and they have the heart and the passion, we can give them everything else to be a champion. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Angel, is this something new for you? Or have you done this before?
No, everything here is new for me, but I like it.
How long have you been doing this?
For almost 2 months.
Yeah, this is his second camp.
Second camp?
Second camp.
And you've noticed a difference already?
Yeah. Well, big, thank you to, Heath for getting the ball rolling on everything because, when we came in, initially we came in by accident. We were supposed to meet a gentleman named Joseph Rodriguez for an interview, a TV interview. And we were supposed to have it at another location. Well, we got a phone call saying, no, they want it over here. So we said, okay. So we came over here, which was a good 20-minute drive from San Antonio. And we got here, did the interview, and before we left, we talked to Heath, and just connected real well. Just, good chemistry, and, we told him what we were looking forward to do, for this fight. We were fighting April 17th on an Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy card at the Alamo Dome, and so we needed a camp to be at. And he said, that we could do this, we could work something out, and we did, and the rest is history. And and so everything just flowed so well, and you know, now we're here, and Angels has a second camp, and it's even better.
Yeah. And Angel, do you have something scheduled already for?
There's things
We're
there.
yeah, we're
Things are moving.
Well, he has two fights. He has two fights that we could two options on. You know, the plans that Golden Boy and Lehal Bata have for him are moving and going well. It's a matter of just finding an opponent, and that's been kind of difficult. So we are on standby to make it official for who we're going to fight.
What's a good team to be connected with? Angel with Lehal Bata and Golden Boy, definitely. So if you don't fight on the Corpus Christi card, you said you have another option?
Yes, the offer is a fight in El Paso against a guy named Oscar Valenzuela, and you know, he's 7-0. Angel's 5-1, and so you know, that's an option for us. Yeah, at 130 pounds.
And are you staying in San Antonio now, or are you going back and forth between Laredo and San Antonio?
well, just I'm basically just staying here.
Just staying
Yeah,
here
for
now.
all my training camps. I just come and train.
So you're calling this your home now?
Yes.
That's good. You get a good follow-up here, a good lead with a lot of crowds. I'm sure you got a lot of new fans after
Yes.
your fight.
After my fight.
Has anything changed since that last fight, or just it's pretty much the same thing?
As far well, I got more people.
More
behind me.
recognition?
Yes.
How do you feel training with Carlos?
I feel good. I feel stronger and faster. I feel
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
He works you hard, huh?
yes.
He's a beast. Mark this day, you know, CAS boxing and elite athletics will put out the best fighters. Guaranteed, hands down. Mark this day.
Looking
Remember
forward
I
to
said
it.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
Carlos, how does it feel training fighters? What got you into training
Well, I mean,
fighters?
you know, training fighters is difficult. You know, sometimes you have world champions that have captured, you know, major belts, WBC, WBO belts. You know, they've traveled over the world. They have a lot of experience, but they don't make good trainers. You know, and for some reason they don't, for whatever reason. But training athletes, training pro fighters is difficult, and that's something that challenges myself. You know, to build someone that can be a world champion. You know, mold them and be patient and work through all the kinks. You know, I feel like if a trainer puts in passionately, like a fighter puts in, then that's the best system to have. You know, and that's what I do with Angel. You know, I put in everything I got, and everything I have. Man, I cook for him. I make sure he has everything he needs. You know, to be successful, and I treat the other fighters the same way. You know, and I think they see that effort, and so it makes them want to put the same, and it makes them want to reciprocate that back. So, getting into training fighters, I was a fighter myself. I came out of Scratch Boxing Gym on the South Side, Joe Garcia, and you know, he fought me Laredo here, he fought me everywhere, and he was a good trainer. He pushed you hard. And that mentality, that killer instinct mentality, comes out of him, and it comes out of me into the fighters. So you know, I want to thank him for that.
Yeah. What do you see in Angel? What made you want to train him?
Angel, the minute when I first met him, it was you know, because I did boxing media. You know, I knew a lot of promoters and knew a lot of people to get into the boxing. So I went into the boxing media and traveled all over the states, you know, California, New Mexico, Las Vegas, everywhere. And so when I came to Angel in Laredo, it was for an interview. And I asked him to do a clip on the bag. Let me see you hit the bag. And, you know, I can pick up on an athlete, pick up on see within him, see what's there, you know. And that's what I saw in Angel. There was something special there. And you know, I always tell him, like, he's gold. He's gold. He's hitting gold, and that's how I felt about him. And I see what he could be. I see what what I see the vision. I see the vision of him, and so that's what drew me wanting to work with him. But he wasn't. He was with his dad at that time, and some things had happened. Circumstances changed. I didn't know he was going to other trainers. When I did find out, is when he was fighting a guy named John Valadez from San Marcos, and you know, I felt like he shouldn't have took that fight, and that's what made me contact him. That's what made me think, oh, well, he's not being looked out for. And so it was too early in his career to fight someone like that. Not that he couldn't win, because he dropped him in that fight, but it was too early in his career to fight that type of fight. And so that's what made me contact him, and that's what I saw him.
Angel, at what age did you start boxing? Or
I started since I was 7. Professional, I turned pro probably maybe 2 years ago.
any favorite fighters that you looked up to? That you
I look up to Chavez, Dad, and Miguel Cotto.
What?
Both of them are my idols.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you pattern yourself after any of those fighters? Or you got that aggressive style?
No, he has the aggressiveness and he has a killer instinct, but he's developing his own unique style. You know, his dad built a solid foundation, which I inherited, and we're just adding more tools in the bag, more ammunition for future fights. For you know, because we're all going to pick it up, and that's what we're doing. And I'm thankful for that foundation. I'm thankful for the people who put effort into him before I got him.
Carlos, you know, a lot of trainers have their own styles of, you know, implementing to their fighters. Do you have your own style that you want to, the fighters that come to you, or are you going to work on what they have?
I do. You know, I don't try to change them. I like to add more arsenal to their game and more strategy, more skill. And with Angel, you know, I have something special that I've been working with him on that I haven't worked with any other fighter, and it's developing and it's improving, and I'm excited for it because in boxing there's nobody who has that type of style, and so it's different. It's something different, you know, and I think that's the best way to be, is to be yourself, follow, you know, your method, your technique, your strategy, and not to try to mimic another trainer. You know, not that they're not good. Sure. They can influence you. A lot of trainers that I look up to influence me, but I chew it and I eat it and make it my own to what I want to accomplish.
Great.
Thank you for following me on Facebook, CarlosSacriste.com on Facebook, on Twitter, same thing, first last name Carlos Sacriste, and they can also follow us on CAS Boxing. CAS Boxing on Facebook. They can like us, follow our fighters, follow what's going on, see some of our routines. You're going to see a lot more of Heath, this gentleman over here to my left. You know, he's been doing a lot more with the fighters, and we're looking forward to seeing more professional athletes come to Elite Athletics in San Antonio. You can also follow us on Elite. What's the address for Elite? The Facebook, yeah.
EliteAthletics.com.
Yeah. San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
There's a few Elite Athletics.
Yeah. So you gotta make sure you look for the San Antonio, like the right one.
Follow me at Angel Handsome Martinez on Facebook and Twitter. Angel Handsome Martinez too.
All right, Angel. We look forward to seeing you more in the ring, and wish you the best. And
Thank you, sir.
all right, Carlos, same to you.
Thanks again.
Thank you.